You've heard of unconditional love, but have you heard of the secret to unconditional happiness and allowing more into your life? More wealth, more success, and more love. More freedom in your life right now. Welcome to the Happy Bar with Israel Savage.
You had mentioned earlier, we were joking about the Rip Van Winkle. I call it the Rip Van Winkle Syndrome. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I've actually experienced in my own personal journey. How is it that a person can walk through life, and I guess in a way of lack of awareness or consciousness, and you think you are, because you're going through motions, you're awake, I'm not, walking down the street with, sleepwalking, and you really believe you're in pursuit of your goals and dreams, and then one day you discover you're not, and
yes.
you're like, okay, I'm looking in my life, and the years have gone by, and this is not the life I set out for. Like I talked to a friend I hadn't spoken to in 30 years recently, and it was a good talk, but I hadn't talked to her in 30 years. And she took me back to a time where we lived in the dormitories in University of Maryland, and she had good things to say, but what it reminded me of was what I really wanted then, and how close or far away I am now. It's like, this cannot be my life. I took a assessment, like, wait a minute, I don't have a husband. Where's my children? Where's the career that I, came to New York for? And then it was like, okay. And you had mentioned that you were going to talk more about, how it is a person can get into that Rip Van Winkle place.
The truth is, we are always matched with people, places, and things that are on a similar vibrational frequency as us. Like attracts like. And would you really have wanted to be with someone who was a vibrational match to who you were 25, 30 years ago?
I guess what I realized recently is the self-esteem factor. Mm-hmm. And even back then, I had a very abusive boyfriend in college.
Look at how much energy and time you've spent on raising your vibration, practicing better and better feeling patterns of thought for yourself. The truth is, you don't just want a mate. You don't just want a warm body. You want someone who is healthy, someone who is whole, someone who is unconditionally happy. They don't have to rely on you for their happiness, because the truth is, if someone depends on you for their happiness, they're going to blame you for their happiness, but they're also going to blame you for their unhappiness. And that's not a dynamic that you want. That's not a dynamic you want to be around. You can find the feeling of what it would feel like to have that sort of love, that sort of peace, that sort of security in your life now. And I would say you have to find the feeling before you have the thing. The thing doesn't show up until the feeling is there. And if the thing does show up, it's going to be a vibrational match for where you are. And if you're in a space of wanting, of needing. And that's not what desire is. Desire isn't lack. Desire isn't, I need this, I'm desperate for this. If that's the vibrational place you're in, you're going to attract someone who is in that same space. And do you really want to live with that? So vibrationally speaking, be the type of person that you would want in your life. Cultivate better and better feeling thoughts and vibrational habitual patterns. Find the feeling of what it would be like to have this person in your life. Feel the feeling. Be the feeling. It might be something like this. I love the idea of softly and gently and happily thinking of someone throughout my day as I enjoy my life, as I'm fulfilled in and of myself. But having a thought that's pleasant about someone who is waiting for me at home. I love the idea of coming home and feeling a sense of serenity and calm and peace. I love the idea of talking with someone who has gone out and experienced things they don't like and things they do like in the world, but chooses to focus on things they want more of in their life. I love the momentum that builds between two like-minded people. I love how we make more together, more abundance, more prosperity, how we find inspiration in each other's inspiration. I love the way that feels. In fact, just talking about the way that feels, I can feel it right now. It feels like a smile. It feels like a warm bath with candles all around and music gently playing. It feels like time has stopped. It feels like we have forever, that this moment, this soothing moment, will last forever. That is who I am. That is who the greater me is. We enjoy this life of creativity, of creating, of movement, of allowing together. But when we are apart, we still know that we are connected to our greater selves.
Thank you, Israel.
So there is a wellspring where all of your vibrational desires are stored. And it sits in a place where your greater you is also. And so your greater you is aware of all of your desires and knows exactly how to get you from where you are to where you want to be as quickly, as efficiently as possible, in spite of whatever resistance exists. Your greater you will move you around the mountain if you can't get rid of the mountain. And so you will get there. Now, what we can do is choose to be in a space of more and more allowing, to clear out the rubble that's in our way so that there is a more efficient path, a straighter path to get us from where we are to where we want to be. But whatever the path, however long it takes, and no matter how much resistance there is or there isn't, we have to enjoy the journey of it all. Not much of our lifespan is actually spent sitting in realizing the accomplishment of a goal. Most of our life is the journey from where we are to the accomplishing of the goal. And so if you can only be happy when you have the thing that you want, if that's what you believe in conditional happiness, conditional well-being, conditional love, then you're not going to be very happy for most of your life. And the truth is, if you've practiced a habit of conditional living, then when you do have that thing, chances are you're not going to be happy anyway. You thought it was the thing that would make you happy, but really, the reason we want anything is because of the way we think it will make us feel. And you can have the feeling anytime. You can have the feeling right now.
If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. And build on your momentum. schedule your free discovery call with me at instudios-nyc.com/happybar.